Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Angela Bohon. In Chesapeake, community members came together today to help the family of 12-year-old Juan Acevedo. 6 children aged 8 to 15 are grieving the loss of their mother, who police say was shot and killed on 33rd Street in Newport News. Thanks, Christy. Well, more than 200,000 veterans call Hampton Roads home. And for more than 50 years, the Veterans Day Parade in Virginia Beach has been a way to say thank you. News 3 anchor Anthony Sabella takes us to today's celebration on 19th Street. Welcome to News 3 at 11. I'm Angela Bohon. Thanks for staying up late with us tonight. Right now, an investigation in Norfolk is underway in the death of a 3-year-old child. Imagine instead of waiting in the bridge tunnel traffic, you could just fly to the other side of the water. That sounds pretty nice. Well, if researchers at NASA's Langley Research Center have their way, air taxis will be here before we know it. News 3's anchor Anthony Sabella explains. It's so crowded. Everybody and their brothers there, April. And I would say, how do you know it's their brother? Like all those weird sayings that dads, I think, have.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I might
feel like I have a little bit of everything out with my wardrobe right now. Finally got out the winter coats. But Tides actually have fireworks and free rides. How's that sound?
When is that? That sounds great.
Sounds good. Okay. Well, the Norfolk Tides have announced a partnership, but it was a little windy at the ocean front. I went out there earlier.
Still not going to complain.
If you like to eat out, and I mean outside, not eat out at a restaurant, I got to do that last night, but maybe a picnic or grilling today would be good.
Yeah.
Virginia Beach Jail is quite a bit cleaner this morning, and that's because yesterday the sheriff's office did some spring cleaning. More than 150 sheriff's deputies searched and cleaned the jail. Sheriff Rocky Holcomb tells me it's something that is scheduled twice a year. And in a story you'll see only on News 3, I went to find out why the deputies do this and what they found. 1 week after Hamas attacked Israel, 1,300 Israelis and roughly 1,900 Palestinians have died, and many more are injured. As we take time to thank veterans for their service this year, some are struggling. This year alone, more than 1 million veterans across the country live in poverty, and nearly 70,000 are without a home. News 3's Erica Craven has the story of a local veteran who is back on his feet in Chesapeake after experiencing homelessness. Thank you, Jim. Well, people living in a historic Virginia Beach neighborhood are speaking out against a proposed battery facility. In fact, they had a rally this morning. It's a follow-up to a story I first brought you earlier in the week, and News 3 anchor Anthony Sabella went to this rally and has the latest from the company as well. Welcome to News 3 at 6:30. I'm Angela Bohon. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin tonight in Virginia Beach, where police are investigating a homicide in Kempsville. VBPD says this afternoon, a little before 12:30, they were called to Oleander Circle, not far from Kempsville Road. They found a woman who had died, and they say it is an active homicide investigation. Police say there is no known threat to the public. We have a crew on the scene, and we will bring you updates as we get them. Right now, police need your help finding a missing Newport News man who they believe is in danger. Take a look at your screens. This is 71-year-old Thomas Thompson. Newport News police say he is considered endangered as he suffers from cognitive impairment. Virginia State Police has issued a senior alert, and police tell us he was last seen around 11:30 this morning in the 1100 block of Hampton Avenue, a few blocks from 25th Street. Thompson was last seen wearing a blue jacket with a hood and brown sweatpants. If you think you have seen him, contact police right away. Turning to the forecast now, a lot of outdoor activities happening today, and it was pretty nice out there weather-wise for those, but our weather team is tracking some rain. Let's check in now with Dara Getter to see what to expect for the rest of the weekend, including Mother's Day. Thank you, Dara. And it is graduation season, so many in Hampton Roads are celebrating. Students walked across the stage to collect their diplomas today at Norfolk State University, and one of those students marked a big achievement, getting her degree after a 30-year wait. You might know Rebecca Gaines, or Beck G, for her work on local radio or with her PR company. After high school, she deferred going to college to raise her family. And now, to meet a personal goal, she's graduated summa cum laude with a degree in communications and journalism. She said all these years she's thought about this very moment.
To know that I have nieces and nephews and my children are watching me. I wanted to set an example. My mom and dad are home and they're watching and they are so proud.
What a proud moment for her. Well, she hopes to someday teach. She said no matter how long you wait, you can pursue your degree. And for Old Dominion University, their ceremony was held this morning at SB Ballard Stadium. And Regent University also had their graduation this morning as well. Congratulations to all those graduates today. And also tomorrow, can't forget Hampton University. They're going to host their graduation at 10 a.m. at the university's Convocation Center. Well, today, local families and law enforcement work together to raise awareness about the dangers of fentanyl. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and at Mount Pleasant Farm today, families who have lost loved ones to drug overdoses bonded together. Chesapeake Sheriff David Rosado talked about how they're adding a mental health therapeutic unit, and the Virginia Beach Sheriff described what they're experiencing.
When I have a parent call me and the parent says, Rocky, I've done everything, and I need help, And so sometimes they end up in the jail, which is not where they need to end up. They need to end up in a treatment facility, not around a deputy sheriff, but around a mental health professional, getting the help they need. And I'm fighting hard for that in Virginia Beach, to get a crisis receiving center so we can triage these folks and understand that they don't have a criminal problem. They got a mental health problem, that they need the help that we can get them.
Now, if you go to WTKR.com and search the word fentanyl, you'll find other stories we've done on this topic, including legislative efforts to crack down on dealers. And check this out. You're looking at images of this year's St. Jude Dream Home. Construction has been underway for the past few months. It's beautiful. It's right there in Stony Creek neighborhood of Chesapeake. And tickets to enter for a chance to win that home are $100. And you can enter right now at WTKR.com/dreamhome. And the money raised from that will help ensure that families never receive a bill for cancer treatment at St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Catholics across the world are still celebrating the election of a new pope. Here in the U.S., his election marks a special moment since Pope Leo XIV is the first ever U.S.-born pope. CBS correspondent Christian Benavides reports on how the world is marking the occasion. And still ahead, getting to meet dozens of cuddly animals you see there all summer long. News 3's Beverly Kidd takes us to a local petting zoo that has some new additions.
Reporter Angela Bohon, you see her right there, emceed that breakfast event this morning.
Carlos Sanier out of the first free. Standing on the sideline was kind of marching in place as the guys walked by, and that just really caught my attention, kind of tugged at my heartstrings. So I went and talked to him about it, and he was also singing along.
Yeah.
He was just so proud to be here.